VEVE's making some changes to collectibles tags. Stay tuned to find out what's changing. What's up, WAGME fam? This is Crypto Addict and I'm back with another video. Today we'll be going over VEVE's latest article regarding their plans for cleaning up edition types. Before we get into the article, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying these type of VEVE content. So with a lot of confusion surrounding how VEVE is handing out these FA, FEs, and CE tags on collectibles, VEVE released an article with clarification on what gets what tag and how they plan on cleaning up some incorrect tags that they may have had in the past. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and pull up the article. There we go. Alright, collectible edition types, what you need to know. In this article, we want to create a foundation to build up for collectible edition types labeling on VEVE and to firmly establish guidelines for designations such as first appearance, first editions, con exclusive, etc. for the collector community. Where we're at. As VEVE continues to grow, the market activity becomes more robust. Having clear-cut definitions for our edition types will help all of our users make the best decisions for them when deciding which collectibles to acquire. Admittedly, there have been some inconsistencies in our past designations, but hopefully in this article, we can clear up some of the most frequently asked questions and offer a plan to clear up any doubts about the meaning of FA versus FE and so on. So, defining edition types. What qualifies as a first appearance? How does that differ from first edition? Is this the first appearance on VEVE or the blockchain? And they're going to go and try to clarify that. First appearance. When a character with a storyline from comics, TVs, films, etc. such as Spider-Man is first introduced to the VEVE platform in premium digital collectible format, it is considered a first appearance or FA. Note that first appearances are reserved for characters making their debut on VEVE and not the blockchain in general, even though in most cases first appearance on the blockchain will be via VEVE. Right off the bat here, VEVE clarifies that the FA tag is only going to be for characters that are kind of seen on televisions or that you would see in comics, not these special characters developed by like artists. Those do not get the FA tags, only ones coming from like mainstream films from a lot of these larger IPs. And as far as being on the blockchain, so Alex actually came on Spaces and he did clarify this a little bit, that for the most part, everything on the blockchain is likely to be a first appearance from VEVE anyways, but they're not going to go out there and police it. Like they can't control what people consider the FA. That's going to be determined by the community, by people checking the history on the blockchain. So that's nothing that they can police, but they can add these tags on the VEVE app. So there may be something that is released on the blockchain for a certain collectible ahead of time that is their first appearance, but VEVE will still label it as FA in their app on those cases. But from what they're saying, most of the time it will be first appearance on the VEVE as well as on the blockchain. They're just not going to police it. Going on to the first edition. When an object, rewind collective logo, artist work, serial killers, vehicles, the DeLorean time machine, or art-based format, posters or lenticular cards, makes its debut on VEVE, it will be considered a first edition or FE. Note that first editions are reserved for any objects making their debut on VEVE and not the blockchain in general, even though in most cases, the first edition on blockchain will be via VEVE. So they're pretty much clarifying the same thing that they said with the first appearances. The first editions, however, are just not going to be the characters from the larger IPs and ones that are on like the television shows or comics. These are going to be more for like independent artists or objects, vehicles, which is not anything unusual for this, because if, let's say, like Toyota releases a new line of vehicles, it's going to be the first edition of so and so. So that term first edition is commonly used for things such as this versus first appearance. Con exclusives. Con exclusives are inclusive of all collectibles dropped as part of a convention or special event, such as a Comic-Con, Designer Con, etc. There will be prioritizations for FA and FEs on con exclusive collectibles moving forward. So pretty much what they're saying is anything dropped during these con releases, these specific designer cons, they will have the CE tag, but if it's a certain collectible that is a character from a major IP and it's their first appearance, it will take the FA tag over the CE tag. Comics. Comic book characters' first appearance exists in their own world outside of VEVE and do not coincide with collectible releases, such as digital comics do not carry edition type designations on VEVE. Pretty much what they're saying is the significance of these first appearances do not correlate with the actual collectibles itself. So if a comic is released with Black Panther, which just came out, that first appearance of Black Panther on the comic book is not going to be the first appearance overall versus the actual collectible. The collectible, whenever it comes out, will be the first appearance of that character. All right, moving forward. Obviously, there are some things to clean up given the definitions laid out above. So why isn't Steamboat Willie an FA or FE? And what about the Batmans? This seems to be really popular, so it's a good thing that they're addressing this. The Walt and Mickey partner statue serves as the first appearance of Mickey Mouse on VEVE because he is a character and because Disney does not consider Steamboat Willie a different character. Therefore, Partners remains the first appearance. Mickey and Friends lenticular interactive cards are labeled FE because they are first edition cards. This means that if a premium digital collectible of Donald Duck, for example, were to drop in the future, he would be an FA. So this makes sense to me, but I know a lot of people are going to be really unhappy about this. And particularly people wanting Steamboat Willie to have an FE tag. I completely understand where VEVE is going with this. Mickey Mouse with Walt is Mickey Mouse's first appearance. And they can't hand out tags for every collectible with Mickey Mouse, because then they would have to hand out another tag for like Fantasia's Mickey Mouse or whatnot. Like, you can't do it for every evolution of Mickey Mouse because he is still Mickey Mouse. In that case, they can't put a tag on that Mickey Mouse. So yes, Steamboat Willie is a first appearance in the physical world, and he plays significance in the history of Mickey Mouse. But at the same time, we're talking two different platforms here, right? We're talking about how he is defined in real life versus how he is defined now on the blockchain. And on the blockchain, the first Mickey Mouse is on the partner statue and not Steamboat Willie. So based off of that, if you are a person that is a big fan of Steamboat Willie, you'll still collect the collectible. If you understand the significance of Steamboat Willie in the real world, you will still collect Steamboat Willie because it has significance to you. But if he does not have significance to you, then he's not something you want to collect. You know, it's a different time, and what is considered first on the blockchain is different than what is first in the physical world. Even though it has significance in the physical world, does not mean it will do the same in the blockchain. And that can be seen a lot with comics as well. As VEVE releases these comics, a lot of these are, you know, having different values compared to their physical counterparts. I also find it interesting that they mentioned Donald Duck here, because Donald Duck is one of the main characters that I wanted to get from the cards, because Donald Duck is a popular character. Outside of Mickey, he's like the next popular character from the Disney platform. So for him to be coming out as a collectible. His FA is going to be very valuable, and I will be looking for that as well. All right, Batman. Oh boy, the Batmans. So as with any startup, we have been on a steady diet of figure it out as we go. Obviously, a precedent was set early with some of the early Batman and Harley Quinn being labeled FE as artist works, but again, we want to clean all of this up so these labels are less confusing moving forward. Don't worry, we will avoid removing altogether any currently labeled first appearance or first editions. This includes all the black and white collectibles, etc. out of respect. So this is actually pretty big news. What they're saying is they're not removing any tags. So these characters with the FE tags are not going to have the FEs removed. They're still going to hold them, and that is out of respect to the OGs that have been holding the collectibles or are invested in the collectibles because of this. They're not going to, completely have the prices drop on these collectibles by removing a tag on them. Updates to existing collectibles. Below is a look at the proposed adjustments to be rolled out to existing collectibles based on our definitions above. We want to reiterate here that we are not removing tags, only upgrading or moving between FA and FE. The aim is to update all of these as soon as possible. And so they have listed here a lot of things that are going to be having their tags changed. We have the DeLoreans going FA to FE. A lot of these are actually FAs going to FE. I'm not going to go through all of them. Some of the major ones you can see, like the Avengers logo, which is a golden moment, is now going to have the FE tag instead of the FA. Dragon Girl, a lot of these serial killers, the hoverboards, Mickey Sorcerer's hat. Yeah, a lot of these are actually moving from FA to FE. I believe the only thing that is getting an upgrade is going to be right here. Captain Carter is getting her con exclusive tag upgraded to an FA tag. All right, so are collectibles devalued now for having the FE tag and not the FA? Well, this will be strictly up to the community to decide, because I do believe that there will be way more FE tags than FA, making the FA tag that much more rare and valuable. With new independent artists coming on a platform, vehicles, objects, cars, the FE tag will certainly be used a lot more than FA tag. But that does not take away the significance from the tag, however. The first edition tag is normal for things such as Pokemon cards or vehicles. Most recently, like Logan Paul was scammed 3.5 million on what they call first edition Pokemon cards. So the term first edition definitely holds its weight and is not something to be overlooked. I also wanted to note that this means there are a few things on the marketplace that are really unique now. There will be the Batman Black and White Series 1 set and the Harley Quinn Red, Black, White Series Set 1. These will be the only mainstream storyline characters to ever hold the FE tag. Also note that only 500 people can ever claim that they own all of the FE characters on VEVE due to the scarcity of the Steve Pugh's Harley Quinn, which only has 500 editions. So if you're able to get your hands on that in every single character, every Harley Quinn and every Batman that has the FE tag, you're in rare company there, because only 500 people can claim that, if even. Some people stack, or VEVE held some back, so even less. So that's pretty rare company alone. Now, the cheapest of the set, I would say right now currently, is the Harley Quinn number 18, and this only has, I believe it's 2,500 editions. If we look here, I put it up. Yep, and this currently sits on the marketplace for $399, which is already a small growth, because earlier today it actually started much lower before they actually brought out this news. It was sitting around 315 floor. So it did get a little bump, and who knows, it may receive a little more pump in the future, or it may just stay the same. In my opinion, I think it's pretty rare company, so I do expect, or can see these prices kind of raising a little bit just due to this. But do your own research. This is not financial advice. So yeah, come to your own conclusions about that. This article, I personally feel and think this is a good thing and will clear up a lot of future confusions, because there's always been controversy about what tag should be what and should this get this and that get that. This kind of makes it very clear, and I get that they're trying to clear it up because people do invest based off of these tags, and that makes it really important to make sure you have the right tags for the right collectibles, and it's really clear as far as what each tag means. There are cases where things are still kind of questionable. Alex did a good job when he did come into Spaces for a bit and kind of explain majority of this to the community. And also he plans to have things further clarified, such as the FE tags on like stamps for like the Christmas stamps or whatnot, if you know the post office plans on releasing more versions of that, and if those actually qualify for FE. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how you guys feel about the changes being made. If you agree or disagree with, you know, what I feel about the FE tags and FA tags, if you think this is going to cause the prices to dump or rise, let us know. Leave a comment. Go ahead, subscribe, support the channel. I really appreciate you guys. Once again, this is Crypto Addict, and for tuning out, like we always say, we're all gonna make it.